Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEO0320 representing JVS. So I have been testing out this amazing iPhone 7 that everybody has been talking about. I've already seen, hopefully, my unboxing for it. If you have not, it's coming up eventually soon. But I've pretty much tested out everything I need to test out. So what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to use this other iPhone 6, ironically, and I'm going to record something that'll show kind of like the progression of how I utilized everything and how seamless everything was. But at a certain point during this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to be able to kind of go through where I did like a Geekbench for this. I did like some testing between like the iPhone 7 versus iPhone 6, as well as performance as far as the screen quality. But this is going to be my review section. So what you'll get in the bottom section of the screen is when that happens, you'll be able to go straight to that marker, and then I'll put another marker to show when you can just go back to where I kind of finished my conclusions about my review for the iPhone 7. But I have to say, in terms of how this thing actually runs and the performance of it, it is amazing. It far exceeds my expectations that I have for it. Because one of the things I was looking at was I had an iPhone 6 and I was really loved the size of it. I didn't really want to get like an iPhone 7 Plus, and I never wanted iPhone 6 Plus. I just really wanted something that would work really well and it wasn't like too bulky in my hand. I hate phablets. Phablet is essentially the size of a tablet and a phone mushed together, and that's not what I wanted essentially. So that was one of the things. But I looked at a video from Everything Apple Pro this morning, and I'll put in the description bar below. Y'all have to go and check out his waterproofing test, his scratch resistant test, his bend test, as well as his drop test. That drop test floored me because in comparison essentially from the iPhone 6 S versus the iPhone 7, and just dropped from 10 feet forward, like it had no cracks at all. Like I was so floored. And then the waterproof test was a whole nother thing. So but as far as, let's go through the review of this. With iOS 10, everybody was having a lot of issues initially, even just before the iPhone 7 even came out. I have T-Mobile. This is a T-Mobile version iPhone 7. Before, with my 6, I couldn't do anything as far as with Cellular. I was having issues with my messages. So I actually, some of y'all Instagram people, I kind of sent y'all like kind of an introductory message, what you should do. At first I had to go to the settings part and actually go and reset my network settings. And then after that, eventually they did like an update for T-Mobile, as well as across the board. I think Verizon, AT&T, and other places, they also did kind of like their own update as far as for the phone functionality. With this, I haven't had any issues. So of drop day of iPhone 7, when I first started using it yesterday, I had no issues at all. So this is great. This is great. So one of the things I would recommend definitely doing is backing up your old iPhone 6 to your computer, and then going and shifting everything that you backed up over there with an encryption and restoring over to your iPhone 7, because everything that I have from my videos and my pictures, everything, even the last phone call logs, everything transferred over seamlessly without any kind of issues. It was a little hard though with the SIM card. I wish actually with everything that was in this, and you can kind of see in my unboxing video, I kind of went through everything before. In the previous version, they had in the little sleeve like the little thing to be able to get the SIM card out. They didn't have that, so I actually had to go and use a paper clip to get it out, which is fine. In terms of everything that's inside, I wish I had brought it, but they have the headphone jacks, but in the back of it, they actually have the little converter for the headphone. So that's Thunderbolt 2 auxiliary. It works really well. That was one of the things I wanted to review first. I didn't know how well it actually would function as far as with the headphones and with the little auxiliary jack. It actually works very well. I had no issues whatsoever. I also was utilizing my Beats. I have my Beats Solo 2 wireless, and the Bluetooth connection is perfect. Like the sounds sound immaculate, like amazing, and even like the actual sound that's coming out of the phones. The actual upgrade of having the connection here and here at the top, it works very well. So the sound quality for this is actually really good. I had no issues with it at all. And then even with the stuff that's inside, this cord that kind of comes with the iPhone, this is a lot thicker than all the rest of them that came out before. And I think that that's going to have this durability wise, it's going to last a lot longer, which I'm very happy and pleased that they actually made this more of a sturdy phone. Just looking at what everything Pro or Mac Pro had actually talked about, or even shown with his videos that you can see in the description bar below, it's very durable phone. And I'm not gonna go and sit there and test my thing, but it's good to know it's raining outside and I've got this case on it that even if something leaks kind of through, that I'm gonna be covered, I'm gonna be fine. Or even if I don't have my case up there, it's not instantly just gonna break or shatter. So that in and of itself, having things that are in there that actually work, that for me is a very much so of a plus. But let's go into the performance of this. If you go and check now to my video before, you'll be able to see some of the stuff that I kind of went through as far as the performance. So I'll let y'all go ahead and check that out now. So it's kind of comparable right there. Let's go and we can see as far as, this is right here, the iPhone 7. This is iPhone 6. As far as speed. The thing about this actually has the touch features. So if I go and I hold, let's say here, see, it's got the 3D touch. That's not something that's available to me with this. Let's go and let's try to see how fast stuff opens. Okay, so that definitely took a lot longer. Notice though, I got it right now on the LT. The other one does not have a sim in it, so that might have been the difference in that. So let's go Texas. So definitely a lot faster with the iPhone 6. I'm not sorry, the iPhone 7 versus the iPhone 6. So here we go, camera. Wow, it's like night and day. So all right, let's go and do the front-facing camera. So as you can see, the quality, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it is like night and day. There's so much more vivid. Oh, you can see the camera. You can see so much more in terms of quality. Because this thing right here is a life-proof case. Both of them have like actually a protective guard. I'm right now using an outer box for iPhone 7. I'm using a life-proof power or charge for the iPhone 6. But as you can see, I mean, this quality is totally different. Huge upgrade right here. So let's take and look at video, see what that looks like. So, response time for both. It's definitely, I can tell, I can see the lighting. Like I actually have like a different kind of light source over here and I can actually tell it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this light off and see what makes a difference. See, and this looks exactly the same. It's just the lighting is totally different. Part of that has got to do with, I think the output is coming at 7 megapixels and then the back is a little bit more. So let's take a look at this. Let's go to slow-mo. Slow-mo I think is only on the front, so it can't be anything with that. So let's go back. What else can we test? Let's download an app. Never mind, we can't do that because I only have like one sim for it. So we have to just go off of functionality as far as like application. So anybody that remembers Flappy Bird, I've got that. So let's take a look and see what Flappy Bird looks like as far as with the GPU and then the processor for this one. So here we go. About the same. Oh, never mind. Definitely was a lot quicker on that one. So let's go and just play the game, see. As you can see, does it look a little bit different as far as the coloring? It looks different on this one. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Let's see if I can actually get my record here. Not bad. Yeah, see? Response is actually pretty good. That was, wow, that was so different. Okay, so let's go and do this. Man, I really can't test that much. Let's test the Wi-Fi connectivity. So I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi on. I have Comcast, and I'm using Comcast at a pretty high rate. It should go and tap out to being about 150 megabits per second based on my line. But as you well know, the LTE and the baseline of what the Wi-Fi is capable of on the 7 versus 6 is totally different. But with this, let's not talk about it. Let's actually just take and put it into action. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the test at the same time. So let's go ahead and open up the speed test app here and here. Not so much about the app open up as fast, more so than what it shows as far as the compatibility with the Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and do this test now. And this really just tests the range of what the internal Wi-Fi modem is capable of, more so than what LTE shows. So as you can see, oh snap. Well, this is real, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, as you can see on the left, and see, I don't know if the LTE is interfering with it or not. I'm gonna turn the LTE off altogether. I'm gonna turn the cellular off altogether and see if that makes a difference. But as you can see the jump, it definitely is more on the iPhone 6, and this is why we do these kind of tests. So let's go ahead and close these out, and I'm gonna go on the 7, and I'm going to change this real quick so the cellular is completely off, so it's fair, and I'm gonna run this test all over again. Okay, so it shouldn't be going off of any carrier of any kind. It should just be going straight off of the Wi-Fi, although you still see that T-Mobile Wi-Fi up there. Let's go back and let's run this test one more time, because I'm kind of estranged by that. I'm actually surprised. And I'll mention some more things in my review for the iPhone as well. Some interesting findings that I found with some other people. So let's go ahead and put this to the test now. All right, ready everybody? Here we go. Same time. Okay. Okay, they're level, but still, the iPhone 6 beat it out. You saw that? Everybody sees this, right? Now, I will say that the upload speed definitely made a huge difference. And I'm not sure if that has to do with the modem. The rumor was that the modem that's with T-Mobile versus the modem that's with Verizon, which this is a Verizon phone, this is a T-Mobile phone. They said that the modem was different. That's one of the reasons why I want to actually run this. So that definitely does play a factor, which is really interesting. So I'm surprised by these results, actually. Because I didn't think it would make up that much of a difference, but obviously it really did. I will show you later on as far as some of the tests that I did as far as the LTE capacity with this. But let's do one more thing. Let's go and do Instagram. Same one. And see, look at that. The quality on both of these looks totally different. This one looks more vibrant. That one looks a little more hued out. It's actually interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and start a benchmark, or actually it's called a Geekbench, and we'll run these at the same time. And I'll stop the camera so you can be able to kind of see it for yourself. Let's go back home. So as you can see here, just looking at notifications, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, and then as far as memory, just looking at 989 versus 1.5 gigs. You can see the A10 versus the A8. Let's go ahead and run this Geekbench now, and I'll come back to this in a second. So let's click run. All right, so it's running. I'll be right back, and once it gets to the point, then I'll show you the results, okay? Come back. The Geekbench is almost done on the iPhone 7 on the left, and actually finished. I'll wait until the iPhone 6 comes out of it. Again, I did turn off cellular on both. The other one doesn't have a SIM card anyway, so it doesn't matter. But let's take a look at this. So this is a multi-core score of 5545. That's ridiculous. Then a single core score 3444, which is amazing actually. So let's take a look at some of this information right here. So the memory output, got that. Motherboard information, it's got that as far as schematics. It's got the A10 information on it, 2.3 gigahertz, 2 processors versus the iPhone 6 I'm supposed to have 1. And now this is all for the technical people that are really particular about stuff like this, but when you look at JPEG imagery, 28.3 megapixels, so that's at 3521, which is really good, honestly. Let's keep going down. Let's see, as far as the camera, 11.2 image seconds. So we'll be able to see what that looks like as far as with the other one. I'm really curious about that. Speech recognition shows up. I'll wait to go through more of this on the other camera. I mean, not the other camera, but the other phone. As far as the multi-core, definitely gives a lot more. Wow. That is like astronomical differences. So let's take a look over here at 6 right here. 6 versus the 7. Wow. 1498 with the single core score, and then the multi-core is only at 2487. Leaps and bounds. Gosh. So let's remember some of the stuff that we actually just talked about. You're looking at the A8 1.40 versus the 2.34. Yeah. 2 processors are in this, but when you look at the memory nod, it's a huge jump. So let's go down a little bit. Let me go back to the benchmark for the other one. Here we go. So JPEG's looking at 13.7 megapixels. It's only at a 1704 though. So versus this one being at 28.3, that is huge. That is really huge. So let's go down a little bit. The camera is looking at a 5.09 image rate versus this camera is looking at 11.2. Definitely huge differences. And like I said, that was the schematics that we actually read off anyway. Let's go down to looking at the multi-core. The multi-core, I believe, wow, never mind. This is a 54.2 megapixel, and then this one's looking at 28.1. So yeah, I mean, definitely all across the board is definitely higher. So I mean, in terms of actual raw core power and processing, this definitely sets the bar for anyone that's looking for a really good phone as far as with the iPhone 7. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this functionality test that I kind of did. I just wanted to kind of like show y'all consistent differences. But one thing that we didn't do, which I think it'll be interestingly fun, is to check out like a YouTube video. So let's go and check out something for the channel. For instance, most of the content we put up here is recorded with this, which is using a 4K quality. So let's check and see what it looks like as far as with the Wi-Fi. So let's go here. Let's go videos. Oh, never mind. I want notifications on this one. My bad. Okay, so the last one I did, I think it's for the Hillsong movie. Let's take a look at that real quick. See what that looks like as far as differences. And sound quality. I didn't think about the sound quality. Alright, I got this as loud as I can. Hold on, sorry, y'all. I want to start it at the same exact time. So let's try to do this. I don't know if I can do it. The things we have to do to test though. Alright, here we go. I didn't do it right. Sorry. So you can definitely tell. I'm gonna turn the volume down for a second. One thing that I've noticed already is that the video quality is totally different. Like as far as the actual Retina display showing up, and it's not just because both of these have protector guard screens on them. It just looks better. Like, you see this? Can y'all tell this notable difference right here? Like, it looks like there's better lighting. There's better ease of actually being able to watch something. And I mean, you can tell everything. I mean, I don't know. This is very, very vibrant, but this looks real, if that makes sense. So, definitely, man. Like, the quality is totally good. Do I have... I think I do. I should have Stranger Things up here. Let me take a look real quick. I'm not gonna play the audio for that. I'm just gonna go and see and look at the quality for it, see what the big difference looks like. So videos. I do have Star Wars up here, but I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna try to look at Stranger Things. We're gonna go to first episode. I'm gonna go back, go here, let's take a look here. Sorry. Maybe this isn't the best one because it's kind of partially in the dark. So let's go and move it a little bit further. Wow. You can definitely tell a difference. It's like almost like night and day in a lot of respects. Let me try to focus this a little bit better. TV? 4K TV. No, in all honesty, like I can definitely tell a huge difference in terms of the actual video quality, which is really good to actually see. Especially a lot of people, they actually do these kind of tests, but they don't do the tests with the cases that we normally have on, and that's one reason why I wanted to keep these cases on. And I can definitely tell a difference. The colors and the backdrops and the images, they just kind of pop a little bit better. That's not, I mean, I love the quality for my 6, but this is just totally different in every respect. So anyway, that is where we have it. I'm about to go ahead and start this review for the iPhone 7 altogether. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this section of the review, and we'll talk to you soon. As you can see with the performance, I mean, check out those benchmarks, you know what I'm saying? Like, check out how seamless it was going between the applications, but then just the render and the quality. And I'll go and I'll change over to the camera real quick so y'all can be able to kind of see for yourself. I took some really good pictures. And this is ironic, I'm taking this with the iPhone 6, so you're not going to be able to get the, you know, the best kind of quality, but you'll be able to go and see some of the stuff. So let's go here with with the Netflix. And let's go maybe to the Walking Dead real quick so y'all can be able to see kind of how that looks. It works so well. I was really surprised by that. Let me go back. See that? You see the quality for that? It works so great. But then the other thing about this that I can definitely see is you see the lighting. The lighting and the colors, they manifest themselves so well. And like you said, as far as with the performance, I'm not gonna rehash this all over again, but the performance is so on key. Let's go back to photos. I need to actually charge this. Random pictures of the girlfriend. Here we go. You see this? Look at this picture. And this is a front-facing picture that I took. And even with this one, it shows up very sharp. So, I mean, for me, it's everything that I really could have wanted in terms of performance in a phone. But even another thing, and you'll be able, I'm gonna stop this camera right now. You'll be able to see right here to the side, these are some of the internet connection speeds. Okay, so what they said was that in comparison with the iPhone 6, now as I'm doing is just going on comparing to the iPhone 6. I've never had iPhone 6s, so I don't have anything to go off of. I just know what I've used. And before with iPhone 6, with my LTE, even with T-Mobile, Verizon, or whatever, like, it has not been capable of getting really high speeds, okay? Now, the other part of that was with the Wi-Fi connection. Now, the Wi-Fi connection between the 6 and with the 7, they were very comparable. Like, I mean, it really, actually, it kind of underperformed in terms of with just the wireless, but the LTE, hands down, is some of the best LTE through a cellular tower that I've actually ever used. Now, this is part maybe with T-Mobile. T-Mobile, they offer free unlimited everything, even with utilizing with the tethering. So when I use this as a hotspot, and you'll be able to see this as well, the hotspot shows, like, with the connection with my laptop, these are high speeds coming from just my cellular phone. So if I was out there on the go, and just as long as I had the coverage, like, I can get huge speeds and upload. So if I wanted to upload a video, it wouldn't take anything. So that to me is a big plus for me, especially when I give y'all content. So even with me and my girlfriend, when I first got the phone, I noticed like a huge jump because we tested out the tethering first. But let's go into the final part of this. So in terms of applications, in terms of functionality, I think that this is an immediate buy if you're coming from the iPhone 6 over to the 7. If you're going with the 6S, you're not going to notice those big jumps and hurdles. And even with the battery definitely lasts a lot longer for me than it did with this. This I actually have a life-proof charge, or I think it's power or charge, I can't remember, where it kind of gives me an extended battery with it, you know. But with this, all I have on this is an instant cover for outer box. And I would actually recommend it because LifeProof doesn't have anything as of right now. So I'd recommend trying to go with the Defender case. You probably saw it when I did my unboxing video. So I definitely put in the description bar below. You refer to that. You can kind of get a little more of the information on that. But just from a functionality standpoint, from the touch, from the performance, from everything, jumping from a 6 to a 7 is automatic. Now, if you're an Android user and you're like, well, you know, I've got so many more capabilities in terms of applications and things that don't limit me, I will agree to that. Like, if you want to be able to do whatever you want to, stick with what you know. I mean, definitely, if you go with the Galaxy S7 or the Edge, you're going to be fine. I mean, it's just personal preference. For me, I want something a little bit more secure. I want something that, for a fact, I know that nobody can just create an app and it work up here minus a jailbroken iPhone. Like, I know for a fact that this is something that has an informational database that connects not only with just my phone, but with everything that I kind of have as far as with the cloud, as far as with even me being able to do something through sending it over through the air. From my phone, I can do that at any given time, and that's just for me. With the products that I have, it works very seamlessly. But I wouldn't sit there and tell anybody, well, just go with this versus anything else, because now all these phones are very comparable to each other. It's just personal preference. But I say from a performance standpoint, this is not just a name brand kind of just target phone. This actually is a very fully functional device that, to me, it can meet the needs of any of the people that are looking for a high performance phone. And I think that was what surprised everyone, in the sense of the waterproofing, in the sense of looking at the benchmarks, in the sense of looking at the way that the operating system works with the applications. Everything seems to work very well, especially now that iOS doesn't have any divided issues. I've heard different rumors of people saying stuff about the batteries. I don't know. I'd have to look more into that, but I have not had any issue with my battery other than it dying, because I have not charged it since yesterday. And I'm still at 20%, which is really good. But yeah, I would give the iPhone 7 a 9.5 out of 10. My 5% taken off is just because, I don't know. I don't know why I'm 5% off. It probably is because of one performance thing that I saw in terms of with the Wi-Fi connection, because I've heard that in terms of the modem, and you probably heard what I was saying, the modem for the T-Mobile and for, was it Sprint? I don't know if it's T-Mobile or Sprint versus AT&T and Verizon, the modems are different. So I think the modems that's in my T-Mobile one is not the same. I think that they should have all had the same exact modem. I'm not sure if that's a price cost kind of thing, but I think that's the only thing that I felt kind of was lacking, because when I was doing the test between this Verizon based phone and this T-Mobile based phone, I noticed that the Wi-Fi connectivity didn't reach the farthest bandwidth that it was capable of versus on this. So that's the only critique that I got. Other than that, this is a perfect phone, and I highly recommend you go and purchase the iPhone 7 whenever you can. If you've already pre-ordered it, know that you got a good investment. I guess that's the best way I can put it. I know this is a little bit lengthy. That's the reason why I put in certain sections so you can be able to skip in between. But yeah, that's all I got. This is SEL0320 representing JVS. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, everybody.